Alright, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video that I have asked you guys if you want to see in every video that I do, and no one ever mentions it, so I was like, in my last video, I guess I'm not going to do it. But then one of you guys, I think it was either Tashina or Ivori, it was one of you guys, I know it was. One of you asked me to do this video, so I'm going to be doing it today. This is my nose contouring video. So before we do that, I'm just going to apply foundation in this area just so it's easier to see. I'm not going to do my whole face because that's a waste of foundation just to show you this. So I'm going to be using the Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua. This is an oldie but a goodie. I recently repurchased this because my skin is doing so good right now. I do not need a higher coverage foundation, so this is the one that I prefer to use on natural days. So the way I'm going to do this video is in 3 stages. I'm going to show you every day, then my going out contouring nose technique, and then for videos. So for videos, obviously that is the most intense. Excuse my nose, I did a peel the other day, so my nose is kind of flaking right now. So my nose contour for videos is obviously going to be the most dramatic and not the one I would recommend to use for daytime. It's going to be the first one that I do, the one that I recommend for every day. So let's begin. Alright, so I have already applied foundation onto my nose, and now I'm just going to set that area using my Coty Airspun Translucent. And this is just going to make it so that the contour powders and highlight powders don't stick to the foundation and you're working with a smooth canvas. And if you have flawless skin and you're just going to be contouring, then you don't need to do this. You can just start applying right onto your skin, although you may want to set anyway just so you're not sticking to your natural oils. But okay, so the very first step that I like to do is highlight my nose. A lot of people contour before and then highlight, but I find that if you are doing corrective contouring to make your nose thinner, that is not wise, because if you contour and thin out your nose and you have that defined, if you apply your highlight on top, there's a chance that you might get your highlight on top of where you contoured, and then that will widen your nose, defeating all the hard work that you just did. So I like highlighting first. So if I am going for every day and just going to work or whatnot, I will use Hourglass Luminous Light because it is the most sheer. And I'll take this right down the bridge of my nose, and only the bridge of my nose. If you want your nose to look thinner, you want to apply it very thinly, just right here. And then I'll take a little dab and I'll put that right on the tip and then blend that away. And that is how I'll highlight. So as you can already see, there's a huge difference. It's much thinner and it looks much smaller already. So then I will take my Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder. This product will not change through all 3 methods. The highlight that I use does change, but this does not. We're going to take Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder and a small little brush. This is the Sephora shadow brush from the IT collector's set from 4 years ago, I believe it was. So this is not available, but this is my favorite contouring brush. And I like to start at the tip first, and basically I'll just go run this right under the tip of my nose, and that will kind of shorten it. My nose curves down, so adding that shadow will kind of lift the nose, and you want to stop it right below where you applied that highlight right on the tip. And that's all I'll do for a natural day. Then you want to start at your brow, and I like to define this area first, and that's kind of going to start the width of your nose. So however thin you bring this in is how wide your nose is going to look in the end. So for every day, I'll bring it in about to here, and then that's it. And then I'll wipe off the product and then just blend that down into the eye socket and into my crease. I'll pick up a tiny little bit more powder, and then I will run this right from where that started down the nose, and then on the other side as well. And then there we go. So for every day, I would either stop here, or if I want a little bit more thinness, I'll sometimes contour right here just at the tip of my nose, because I do have a little bit more of a bulbous nose versus a pointed nose. So sometimes I will just do that, and then that is it for my daily contour. So that is what my nose looks like when I contour it on a daily basis. And I'll put a side-by-side shot so you guys can see. Alright, so now that we've achieved this, we're going to go one step further. So for the next highlight, this will be my going out highlight. So this is what I would wear if I were going out with friends. And for that, I will take either, so we're gonna, same steps, we're gonna highlight first and then contour. So I will either take Champagne Pop or Opal from Becca, one of the two. Today I'm gonna use Opal, and same thing, I'll just take a tiny little bit, run that down the tip of my nose, just like that. And then I'll put a little tiny dab right there. So a little more. Just like that. Good. So now we're going to begin contouring again. So if you were actually going out, you wouldn't have the initial contour under this. You would just be starting from scratch. So bear in mind that I'm using a very light hand because I already have contour on top, but you may just need to take a little extra steps to go in with a few more layers to get this look if you were starting from scratch. So again, I'm going to take this, and sometimes I'll like flare my nose out so that I can really get the tip and the undersides of the nostril, not bringing it onto the actual nose bed. I don't know if the surface of your nose has a term, but anyway, I'm sure it has an anatomical term, but I don't know it. And then we're just gonna really carve out the tip to make sure that the nose doesn't slope downward. Then I'm going to bring this in just a little bit further in to thin my nose a tiny bit more. And then again, wipe off the powder. You can do that on your hand or on probably more sanitary to do on a paper towel, but if it's your own nose, then whatever. But don't do that on a client. Anyway, then I'm just gonna blend out that inner socket area, take a little bit more powder, tap off the excess, and then we're gonna begin thinning out the sides of the nose even more, matching up to where we thinned it at the top. Now, the Kevin Aquan Sculpting Powder is an extremely cool toned powder, so I'm sure you guys are noticing, oh my god, that looks like bronzer, my nose is turning red. Again, as I said in the beginning, I did a peel, I believe it was either yesterday or the day before, so my nose is very sensitive right now. But if you've been watching me for a while, you know my nose gets sensitive anyway. So I'm just gonna start going down the sides, carving that out, using very light pressure. And then I'll go right down the tip a little bit more. So that is what my nose will look like if I'm going out with friends for every day. And yeah, so I'll do another comparison between this and the last look. Alright guys, and now for the final look. So this is what I would do if I were contouring my nose for a look for you guys. I will use my own highlighter, the one from my line, High Impact Cosmetics. I'll link that down below. And I'll just take the itty bittiest amount of this and just run that right down the center of my nose. And sometimes going like this helps, because it will pull all the skin that's not the bridge of your nose down, like that. And then I'll take a little more, put this right on the tip, very lightly, because this is extremely pigmented. I'm gonna put a little more, whatever. Bam! Alright. Now it's time to snatch this bitch up. We're gonna take the same powder, Kevin Aquan Sculpting, like this, barely tap off the excess, and I make this weird face to again make my nose lifted, and I'm gonna come right under. I don't advise talking when you're doing this because that means you're breathing through your nose as you're talking through your mouth and you could be inhaling powder, but I'll sacrifice that for you guys for educational purposes. Alright, so you're just gonna keep hollowing that out, not hollowing, but like carving that out and making the tip of your nose come up. Then I'm gonna take this again, go right into that inner brow area, right where your nose will begin. Sometimes it helps to turn to the side so you can see right where the light is and then where the angle you want to create is. So that's good. Go on the other side. Sometimes it helps to blend into your brow actually to help create that like swoop. And again, this technique, guys, do not do this on a daily basis because contouring your nose is already obvious anyway, but this just is so noticeable anytime not on camera, so not for every day. So I've hollowed out that portion. Now I'm going to go down the sides of my nose, and this, for videos, I like to snatch the absolute fuck out of my nose, so we're gonna bring this in real skinny today. Perfect. I'm gonna go on the other side and like really snatch this in. Holy God, this is so skinny. Wow. It doesn't look like it at the angle that I'm looking at right now, but when I'm looking in the mirror, my nose is like, it's like snatched as all shit, so you'll see in just a second. Then take a little more of the powder, and then we're gonna go just right here, the very tip on the sides, going whoop, 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 whoop. And you can bring this like right here too if you have wider nostrils like I do. And then don't forget to contour this too, your philtrum. Because that's always important, right? So then the final thing that you can do, which is completely optional, sometimes it can make your nose look a little wider even if you contour, if you have shadow right here. So sometimes, depending on if I contour too heavily, I'll take a little bit of this powder in this one, this like beige powder and this banana powder, and I'll mix the two. Tap off the excess, and then I'll just come in here to lighten up this area right along the sides of my nose and kind of blend that into the contour ever so slightly, and that will just make sure your nose doesn't look too wide. And that is it, guys. So this is the nose that I will wear for This is the nose that I will do for videos for you guys, where it's super skinny, very, very thin, very straight, very plastic surgery like. Not something that I would wear every day, but when I do get my nose done, it will probably look something like this. Maybe a little thicker, because this is like really fucking thin. Okay guys, so that concludes this video. I will do one more before and after shot showing my nose now and before. Hope this video was helpful to you guys. I know it has been not long awaited. Actually, I didn't even know this was long awaited because you guys don't let me know if you want me to do videos in the comments. Thank you to those of you who do, and you know who you are, but guys, let me know what you want me to do. I don't see enough comments from you guys, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was helpful to you guys if you are new at nose contouring, or if you like doing it but you just wanted to see some new techniques. I'm not saying this is the one and only way to contour. This is how I contour my nose shape. If I'm working on a client, you have to analyze their nose and contour according to that shape. So everyone's nose is different, but this is how I do mine in a daytime, going out, and then video format, technique, look, whatever, fucking, you know what I mean. And yeah. Alright, so I will see you guys in my next one. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to watch my last video. It was the crazy full face highlight video. It's pretty fun, so I'll link that down below as well, and then I'll see y'all in my next one, which is going to be my nightly, like, get ready for bed routine. Not my skincare routine, like my get ready for bed routine. Alright, I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye.